I don't belong here. I don't belong anywhere.
What is up, party people? Welcome to another episode of Hog Rider Gaming. I'm your gorgeous host, Dylan Branscombe, and to my right, one of two today, is the married three-eyed raven, graduated three-eyed raven,
yes.
Braven Arrington. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Hi, honey. Yes, I shout out, love you. I'm now married, graduated, and if you want to know who I'm married to, there is a video going back. Good.
Oh, God, a year now?
No, I think it's 2 years.
Oh,
well, almost 2 years. Well, it's gonna be 2 years coming up in March.
Whew.
But a little over a year. Me and her came onto the podcast explaining our relationship. So if you want to go see who I'm married to, the beautiful Brittany Ann Arrington now. So
Yeah. Oh my goodness. the mic is
it's
falling.
It's gonna be one of them days.
It is an early podcast. It is currently 10 a.m. here.
Yeah, and
So.
it's just gonna be me and you today. So
Yeah,
this is
just us.
This is an odd this is an odd one.
Yeah, so this is Hog Rider Gaming. You know, this is where usually about 4 or 5 of us sit here and talk about a video game or give a game coming out or we react to stuff, blah, 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 blah. But today, it's just me and Braven talking about Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. I think is the official title for it. But yeah,
yes,
Hellblade 2.
Senua Saga, yeah.
Xbox exclusive. That's why it's only me and Braven.
Mhm.
No one else has Xboxes. So, which is fine.
Yeah.
That's like one of like 5 games on there that are like cool to play. So
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah. So to get into it, I don't want to talk about Hellblade 2 first. I'm going to talk about Hellblade 1.
Mm-hmm.
We both played that one also.
Mhm.
Braven, what are your thoughts? I think it's Senua's Sacrifice.
Yeah, it's
Hellblade 1.
Senua's Sacrifice. And I really liked the combat. The storytelling was good, and I liked. Oh crap!
Oh no.
I liked Senua's character as well. Like her character arc of going and like she has to accept that she cannot save the one she loves. Like it's very good. However, like I gave it a 4 out of 5 personally for me, just because of the voices, like when they fight against you, they really mess with your head.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I come from like struggling with that like in the past, like of just like self-doubt and stuff like that. And man, that like I was having
You can't do it. You're being stupid. You can't they call you stupid like a bunch of times. I'm like, bro, I'm trying, man.
dude, like I would like for like the most of that, I was just suffering because of I'm like, yeah, like this is like my own voice like in middle school and high school. I'm like, please leave me alone.
yeah.
And I started hearing my own voice again. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
you don't need to be coming back.
Hearing Braven talk about this game while he was playing it was just like he's like, I don't want to play this anymore. I'm getting freaked out. I don't like it.
Well, that was until I pulled the sword from the tree.
Yep.
And as soon as I did that, like you get to a certain part of the game, and you're like, okay, I can do this, and you just got power through it.
Yep.
And I finished that game in 3 nights.
Yep. Short game.
Very
Both
short.
the
game.
short.
Both the short. I finished that one in 3 nights, and it was very good. That's why I gave it a 4 out of 5. It just some things were a little choppy, like with the gameplay and stuff like that. And I didn't enjoy this. Like, oh, we're just jogging.
Yeah.
If I'm in that situation, I'm running.
I'm running the whole game. There's a bunch of running scenes in this new one, but
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I say 4 out of 5. What
Okay.
you got?
So the first one I really, really like.
Yeah.
I think the like interpretation of psychosis and mental health like throughout the whole game, and not only her overcoming her mental health issues, but kind of on like what's the word I'm looking for? Like taking them on, I guess, and kind of making them a part of her and realizing that she can use them to the betterment of her own character is really interesting.
That is
I think it's a beautiful game, the first one, and we'll get into also beautiful with the second one. But the first one is also very, very pretty, and it's an indie game too. I think it won best indie game at the Game Awards that year, which is crazy.
That I mean, for how it is, it doesn't surprise me. But like the fact that it's an indie game and like
it looks that good.
It looks that good.
Yeah.
Is insane.
Yeah, that's testament of tone. I love Melissa Juergens as Senua.
Does very good job.
Very good.
Like just her facial expressions, like showing the emotion of what she's feeling, is so bizarre.
Yeah.
Like just how actors do really well with like taking on like voice acting and like live action acting, but like the ones that could do like the facial like you just see the like in their face like the acting like they seem genuine like disturbed.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, she won Best Performance for a reason that year.
oh, did she really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the combat, while it's kind of very simple and it doesn't really have a whole lot of variability to it, you kind of just do the same thing every single time whenever you're fighting somebody. I think when you do beat someone or you go through a whole combat scenario, it is satisfying to be done with it and be like, oof, man, like I'm finally done with that. Like it is a satisfying end to the combat itself. I think the combat by itself isn't like amazing. I like the puzzles. I'm not a puzzle guy, but I like the puzzles in Hellblade 1. I thought they were kind of interesting.
I listen. I was okay with all the puzzles up until the one with Garm and
Yeah.
the dark and like going through like darkness and like because like once again the voice thing. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, leave
The
me.
darkness, yeah. And it's like the red chases you, right?
Yeah, I'm like, please leave me alone.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
I like the puzzles a lot, and yeah, I think the themes of Senua and like who she is and who she is at the end of the game, beating Hela and stuff like that, was
she
very
kills Hela. What the heck?
yeah, was very very earned. And I also want to say the score and the music is very very good. Audio design, everything like that. Like we bring up the fact that like the voices that are going on constantly.
Insane.
Like when you have a headset on, it specifically tells you that at the beginning of the game that you need to that it's better to play this game with your headphones on.
Yeah.
And I fully agree with that. Like putting your headphones on and having these voices in both ears, like sometimes they're over here in this ear, or they're over in your right ear, or sometimes they're like in the back of your head, or like it's just like it's crazy audio design that, I mean, it was really enhanced that psychosis feel they were going for. So yeah, that's my. You have something to say?
No, I was just gonna say I completely agree. Like the audio design on that is amazing. The world building itself is really good for like 2 short games.
Mm-hmm.
The world building is
pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like
Yeah.
just, I mean, for a total of 10 hours for
Yeah.
both games, like 10 to like 12 hours.
Probably like 10 to 12. Yeah,
Yeah, like the world building itself, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
I can't say half the names.
Don't worry, I haven't pulled up on this weekend. I'm gonna
Oh,
try my best from what I remember them saying.
Like, thank God, because I'm over here struggling. Like,
Yeah.
just thinking of like the one guy I liked, and
Is it the Slaver?
yeah,
Thorgander, or something like that.
Thorgenson or something.
It's,
Like that.
I don't know. We'll look at it later.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like Senua Sacrifice was very good, but as soon as it got done, I was like, well, never touching this game again. But
yeah, it is one of those games where I don't think I will replay them. At any point.
I think I'd replay the second one though, but
I'd give the first one a 4.5 out of 5. I think the only issue I have with it is that the combat's kind of and I think sometimes. So, and this comes with like indie development and stuff like that. I think sometimes the gameplay can be a little janky at points. Like sometimes I can look behind walls that I can't go past. Like I just turn the camera, and it was just me kind of messing with the game. After I knew it was an indie game, I was like, well, I want to see like how level design is and like if it's broken or not. And sometimes like there are things that you can do that like you just shouldn't be able to do in a game. But it's an indie game. I'm willing to give it grace. It's not a big deal either. It's
not AAA.
It's 8 years old now, or 7 years old, which is crazy. 2017. Yeah. Let me make sure.
This is me just finding out about that.
Yeah, Hellblade Senua Sacrifice was 2017. Yeah. So so that's why I always say, that game looks freaking incredible for real. And now 2017 games look good, but
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'd sit here say 2017, like 2016 was like the start of games really, really looking good, and it just increased from there.
yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, 4.5 out of 5 for me. 4 out of 5. What do you think? Or like, do you have any more thoughts?
No, I got no more thoughts about the first one. It's really good. Combat and my own personal battles are what made it a 4 out of 5. But like, it's
cool.
I'm not gonna deny. If you have the chance to play it, play it.
I think you should play it. I mean, yeah, and that's a game. It's on Game Pass if you have Xbox. It's on Game Pass. It's free. It's like 5 gigabytes. It's not even like gigabytes from what I remember.
No, it's not. And like, not even just that. It's brain.
Oh man.
Oh man, I'm having a bad day.
A lot of stuff has happened this morning.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's happened this morning to me. Give me a second. I'll remember. It's not even just on Game Pass. It's on PlayStation Store as well. Like if you have a PlayStation,
PlayStation, yeah.
if you have PlayStation, spare a few. I think it's like $30. But if you like,
Hey,
if you want a good short game, good
good story. You'll remember it. It's memorable.
it's a very memorable game. Like you won't forget it. Like
Yeah, definitely check it out. But now to what the people are waiting for. Talking about Hellblade 2.
yes,
Senua's Saga.
yes.
What do you think about Hellblade 2?
Hellblade 2? Now going into this, like I told Dylan, like when I was first starting the game, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. I'm like the first one really messed with me. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Second one, and like when I started the second one, it started messing with me a little bit. But then the voices start fighting with you.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is kind of where my mindset is at now. Like I'm trying to be a go getter and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'm vibing with this. Like, and then like started playing the game. The story started folding the giants and things like that. And I'm like, I'm really liking this game. It looks beautiful. And it does something. A game does something that no game has done that I can remember, and that's stay in widescreen
The whole game.
the entire time.
You're playing, it's in widescreen. Your cutscenes, they're in widescreen. It's all so seamless, and like the only loading screen I got was when I died.
Yeah,
Like that was it. Everything else, it was like seamless experience from one location to the other.
exactly. And like there's the narrator going at the same time as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a beautiful game. Like her story, I liked a little better in this one, and the only reason I'm gonna say that is because I like it's a warrior story. The grip. She thinks like her all her world is just blood on her hands and things like that. Like she has fallen. She thinks she's gonna fall back to the
I
darkness.
mean, she's still haunted by her father's voice, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
she's haunted by that. She thinks that
he's always like, you have blood on your hands. All death is all that follows you. And
Yeah.
that's what he told her when he was alive too. So
yeah. I mean, like it deals with bad like parental issues as well.
God, daddy issues for sure.
Yeah, like both games do.
Yeah.
And but with this one, like she sees that like instead of like voices grabbing her to pull her down, she's feeling the hand, not the voices, the hands grabbing her to pull her down. She feels at the end of it, she feels the hands pushing, like it's like a pushing her up moment, like lifting her up. And I thought that was like, and like there's a shot at the end of the game, and it is so beautiful.
It's so good.
It is so beautiful. If you want to see it and like don't want to play the game, one, you can look it up, or two,
I'll probably show it right now.
two, you probably show it right now, or three, join our Discord.
Yeah, trust me, Dylan. God, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But the side characters, some of them I was like, but like one or two, I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
They're pretty cool.
yeah.
I like their story a bit. Like I was like, oh, I would have liked to see more of it.
Yeah.
But like, there's certain moments like when like, because you have to learn the giant's name to defeat them and stuff like that. When, like, especially the last one, when you learn the name.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, like, and the beat dropped. I went,
Yeah. I was like, oh man, here we go.
I was like, okay,
that was pretty sick.
let's do this.
Yeah.
I'm completely okay with this.
Yeah.
But, golly, like, there's multiple times in this game where things just seem so seamless.
Yeah.
Like like every swing of your sword, you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it, and like, golly, parrying someone.
Parrying was harder in this game.
Oh, it was so much harder in this game.
The first game was pretty easy, but
it was so much harder in this one. But when you did it,
you're like, yes.
you do it. You feel on top of the world.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
But I really love this game. I give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Just because, I mean, I feel like it's just an upgrade of the first one, personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got right now.
So yeah, as someone who loves the first one, I think the second one was a little disappointing. I still enjoyed a lot of it. I think it's still a pretty good game. I would give it a 4 out of 5. But I think Senua's journey is still very, very good in this one. It's kind of not a rehash of what she's already dealt with, but just a continuation
Yeah.
of the fight against your mental health is something that this game explores pretty expertly.
Yes.
But the combat, I think, is simpler, but it's a little more fun this time around. I would say. I think the enemies have more variability to them, and you have to kind of approach them in a different way than you would.
Different enemies as well. Like,
Yeah.
more than just one type of enemy.
Yeah, and that's kind of something that I liked from this one, because the first one I was like, okay, I'm fighting these things again. Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bored of this. And then this one, it's like you fight different types of things. Sometimes you fight a Draugr, sometimes you fight a person. Like you're fighting all sorts of stuff, and you have to approach them differently based on what weapon they have, and what moves they go for, that kind of thing. I dodged a lot more in this one,
Yes.
than I did in the
fire ones.
Yeah. Oh God, don't even get me started on those. The fire ones, legitimately, I was like, I don't like these guys at all. Every single time they were there, I was like, I want to press right trigger as soon as possible,
Yes.
so I can slow down time and just and just go to town on them. But I think the combat is simpler, but I think it's kind of done better here, just because of enemy, and that's up to. That's very subjective. I think some people are not going to like the fact that it's simpler, and they would want something a little more, I don't know, complicated or complex combat and stuff like that, make it a little more enjoyable. But I think the combat is good. The puzzles were also simpler, and I think that's to their detriment. The puzzles were very easy in this game, to where I was figuring them out very quickly, and I suck at puzzles. So I was like, there was a point, I was probably about 4 hours in. Or 3 hours in, I was like, God, have I struggled at a puzzle yet? Like, at all? And I didn't struggle with one puzzle in this whole game. And maybe that's me being more used to how the puzzles work from Hellblade 1.
I think that's probably you used to it.
Maybe, but like that still, like I was just kind of like, oh, like you want from 1 to 2 to be like, all right, 2's gonna have stuff be a little more difficult. You've played the first one.
Yeah.
You're used to how these puzzles work, so now do the second one.
Because I struggled a little bit. Like I flew through the first puzzles faster than you did.
Yeah.
But I struggled a bit in one. Like with 2, like I didn't struggle like at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, because my thought process is like, well, I mean, probably because like I knew what the frick I was doing.
Yeah.
Like,
and that could be what it is. But like also at the same time, like Spider-Man 2, I think is a good example of. Not that I did the puzzle in Spider-Man 2. I skipped every single one of them. But they look like they were more difficult this time around than in the first one. Correct me if I'm wrong. Could be wrong.
Wait, what?
Like Spider-Man 2's puzzles could be more difficult than Spider-Man 1's. Even though you already kind of know how they work.
A little bit, like not too much.
Yeah, but still, like even that little bit is like, okay, the developers.
I think it's because it's something new.
Yeah, like the developers understand, like, hey, these people that are playing this game have played the first one. Yeah. So these puzzles we come out with, they're already going to know kind of how they work. You're going to use focus. There's going to be reality altering whatever to get to where you need to go. So they're like, all right, we need to make these like a little more hard, like a little more challenging because they already know how they work. And I feel like this game did not do that. It was kind of disappointing on my end. I think when we talk about characters, I think Thor, his name is Thorgester. That's his name. Thorgester. He was okay. I think a lot of the stuff with him was a lot of off-screen storytelling, and like we didn't really get to see a whole lot of it. He just kind of like at one point was like, "All right, I'm with Senua now because she can kill a giant," and I was like, "Okay." Like he was like, and he seemed like he had some good in him, but we weren't really sure why.
Yeah.
He was just like had some good in him, and he was just following his dad. And I think it's because like there's similarities between him and her.
Yeah, I think so. Like when we first see him, we're talking about the darkness. He's like, you see the darkness take over him slightly.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, that's interesting. Someone else has it.
Yeah.
I was like, that is very interesting.
Yeah.
And then like you bring him along and all this stuff, and what's his name starts with an F. Foggermere explains who he is and all this, and they go. We escape. The first giant.
Mm-hmm. I think I like the first giant the most.
Yeah,
of all of them.
Yeah.
What's her name?
It's genuinely terrifying.
Askja? No. That's the volcano. God, where is the name for this? Because I can't remember her name. Oh, Cervisi, something like that. That was her actual. That was the giant name, and then her actual name, was. I can't find it, but yeah, I liked that one the most out of all the giants, to be honest.
I think that one was really good because I feel like the she's the scariest. I feel like.
Yeah, that too.
She was the scariest.
Yeah,
like because we had
she
no,
like contort her body and stuff. I was like, ooh.
like, like her head spun around, and I went, oh,
yeah.
no,
the shot was cool. The camera went around with it. It was really dope.
Yeah,
but,
I was like, oh, no. But what was it?
we're talking about Thorgestr.
Yeah, with him, like
Fargrimir.
I think with because like you see that, and then he doesn't believe, and as soon as she does it, he's like, well, shoot,
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong about everything because they were offering. The whole thing about this was they had slaves for sacrifice, like for the giants in his land, and because they didn't think they could kill him.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out they can.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I just been lied to.
Yeah, exactly. And we learn more about what the giants are, and we'll get to that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. Fargrimir kind of was just there. I didn't really learn a lot about him. He just kind of showed up and was like, Senua, something's different with you. It was just kind of a vessel for her to figure out about what the hidden folk were.
Yeah.
And that was kind of all he was, and that was a little disappointing because he looked cool, and I was like, all right, kind of want to learn more about this guy. And then like the most kind of surface level character was Astadir, the girl that you follow, or the girl that shows up at the end. I was super interested in what was going on with her because she was connected to the giant that was there. I can't remember his name either. But she was connected to that giant, and like I was like, oh, that's interesting. We can like maybe have something with them. Mm-hmm. But then that kind of like wasn't brought back up again. So I was like, I think there's some storytelling aspects that are kind of missed with these side characters. It might be because of time with the game. They didn't have a whole lot of hours. I think I finished the game like 8 hours ish, somewhere around there, maybe 7.
I finished in 5.
Yeah, I don't know. It was somewhere around there.
No, like 5 to 6.
6 maybe. Yeah, because I think I was like at 4 before I played yesterday, and I was done in like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, because
so like 3 hours and 57 minutes.
I mean,
or something.
with this game, it is very condensed, and sometimes you can be like, oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
But other times you're like, oh man, I wish it could have a little bit more.
I just wanted more, and it wasn't like, oh, this game didn't have enough, like, and it wasn't good because I just wanted more of it. And I think that was kind of where I was like, okay, we missed some opportunities with some of these side characters. That being said, the visuals in this game, I was in photo mode for like...
That's why it took you so long.
So much. I was like, all right, that shot looks cool. I wanted to get a different angle of it. Yeah. And like there were, I have like screenshots upon screenshots. Like on the Discord, I was just sending. I was like, guys, this game looks so good. It's insane. Yeah. It looks like the widescreen. It looks like that. I think the widescreen helped that too.
Yeah,
they kind of look like a movie, and I think that's what the vibe they were kind of going for. And that can either be your thing or it cannot be your thing. Whatever kind of opinion you have about what games should look like. But you can't deny that this game looks insane.
It looks so beautiful.
The mocap looks great. Facial expressions all look great.
It's they like I was saying about the first game. They double down on it in this one. I feel like.
Yeah. I talked about the combat, like the simplicity of it, but there's a lot of combat situations where you're fighting someone and then you kill that person, and then the way to get to the other person is like you get pushed by one guy and they throw an axe at this other dude and you're watching it all, and then you turn around and you have to fight this guy. So it's like very immersive combat, like you're there, like actually fighting these people. And that's what I kind of liked about it, whether it was simple or not, like that being very immersed in it was a cool thing. But yeah, the visuals are striking. The score is still there again. The score is very well done. I think it's David Garcia is who does the score. Just a great job. Use a lot of themes from the first one, and then you have a good song at the end of the end credits again.
It's so like this game is gonna make an impact in Game Awards this year.
I think.
Like if you want to which you can watch us react to.
In December.
But golly, that's 6 months away now.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
But with this game, I feel like it's gonna leave like an impact on a lot of people that play it.
It'll be nominated for Games for Impact, for sure.
Just like the first one did.
Yeah.
Just like the first one did. It's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah.
Because it's short and sweet and to the point, but like there's so many things about corruption. Like you look at Thorgestr's father,
the Giddy or whatever.
The Goaty.
There it is.
And he's got. He's the one. Like we're like, okay, we get him on our side. We can fight the giants. We can fight them all that stuff.
He's not. Yeah. Turns out he's like the reason that the giants are there.
He's the reason the giants are there.
Yeah.
He is a giant.
Yeah.
Like he's part, like I guess he's like part giant or something,
Yeah.
like that, or he's like connected.
Still, it was sick. It was so sick.
Like I'm over here like looking at this like, whoa, that's not. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
I figured it'd just be like, oh, he's just wanting power and stuff like that.
That's what
So
I was gathering at first.
Yeah, so like he's not gonna listen. But then it turns out he is one of them. And I was like,
yeah.
well, never mind.
Yeah. Fears power and all that stuff, and it connects to Senua being scared of like what she can do, and like the plot with Senua is good. I like the continuation of it, and I like where we leave off with her.
Mm-hmm. She's in a more hopeful state, I feel like.
Yeah. And yeah, I think I don't know where we're gonna go with Hellblade 3.
Oh no, but this game made me, because like first game I was like, let's hope for a third
gosh,
game.
hopefully Xbox doesn't like go kamikaze on Ninja Theory or something like that. They have been recently.
They've been going.
I know.
Multiple.
That's what I'm really scared about. I hope they don't.
But
shut them down.
First game, I was like, okay, I'll try this out. We'll see how it is. And then after finishing that, I was like, second game, I was like, I gotta play the second one. But like, because like I wasn't really. I'm gonna be honest. After the first one, I was like,
not really in.
Yeah, I'm not really in. Second one, I'm like, all right, let's get 3.
Yeah,
let's get 3. Come on.
Yeah. I think Game Awards this year. Probably sound design, games for impact. Indie game, I think Ninja Theory is still an indie game developer. I honestly don't know. And then maybe best performance from Melissa Juergens.
I can see that.
Art design, maybe. So some of the technical, I don't think it's going to get nominated for Game of the Year, unfortunately.
Probably not.
I think the reviews are good. They're just not as good as the first one was.
Yeah, but if like, because we tune in live in 2 weeks for Game Fest, but
Game Fest.
But I'm trying to think. It's been a bad morning.
Yeah, it's okay. Take your time.
With games coming out and like theories coming out of certain games that are going to be popping up in the next few months.
Yeah,
it's going to be a hard fight for Game of the Year. I feel like
maybe
this year, like with already confirmed games, we have Star Wars Outlaw. Like I know it's a Ubisoft, but like but
Shadows.
And Shadows, like those two, like have great potential right now for like open world Star Wars games, something we've always asked for as Star Wars fans. Yeah, great potential. And then Shadows, and then the rumor of I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I want Kingdom Hearts 4.
I doubt it comes out this year.
If it comes out this year, and if it release date is released during Game Fest, I'm gonna flip a table probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, pretty sick.
No, if you want to tune in live for see someone flip a table, you'll be seeing our friend Chad flip a table.
Yeah, or flip me out of the chair. Like I'm gonna still Rebirth. Yeah, like
this will. Game Fest is gonna be kind of insane because like we have the rumors of Wolverine, we got the but if like no big games come out, I see this game making it to like a nomination for Game of the Year.
Maybe.
Like if no big games.
Like I said, yeah, it could be. I'm short selling it. Probably it could be nominated.
Yeah,
it's going to nominate for a bunch of technical stuff, so maybe those nominations are going to carry it to like, technically this game is marvelous, so let's give it a nomination for Game of the Year.
Yeah, because like
could be
like the technical definitely going to get probably audio design.
Yeah, probably.
Game for impact.
Yeah,
indie game.
Yeah,
like I can see you getting all 3 of those. I can see it getting at least nominated for Game of the Year just because of the short list that's out this year.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the only new game out this year that we've played, right? Other than Rebirth.
we played Rebirth. Rebirth is going to win.
Oh, Rebirth's going to win.
I think.
I completely forgot about Rebirth.
Rebirth. I think another game that's on my radar, Black Myth Wukong, looks cool.
Oh, and then Rise of the Ronin. I completely forgot Rise of the Ronin.
That one was kind of
it
was all right.
I was
it was all right.
I heard
Kanan likes it, I think.
Kanan's actually does it and does. It's a weird opinion with him.
Gotta love Kanan. But yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5. I still think it's great.
4.5. See, we're swapped on it.
Yeah, we swapped on it. I still think it's great. I just don't think story-wise it kind of holds up to the tightness of Hellblade 1 and how streamlined that story was, getting from point A to point B.
See,
yeah.
It's is that all for yours?
Yeah.
Okay, because like what I was gonna say was like it's a 4.5 for me, and I think because we view games differently. He views you view story first.
Yeah.
I view gameplay first. So I like the gameplay more. This gameplay was better than the first one.
And it's so funny because I wait for gameplay in trailers too. And I was like, when there's a story trailer, I'm like, I don't really care. Give me gameplay instead.
Yeah. And I'm over here like, oh, I love the story trailer.
Yeah.
And it swaps
Yeah.
because that's
it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't make sense. But this is I really love the gameplay in this one, and
especially since like these games are like very narrative focused.
Yeah.
So I think if you're going to focus on your narrative, the narrative needs to be your strong point. And I think this one, it's not. And I think that's kind of disappointing.
I think it's the visuals for this one.
Yeah.
Like
Boy.
which like that alone made it like a 4.
I was like, I love the widescreen. I was waiting for the moment it was going to like expand to something. I was like, oh boy, here we go.
And then he does, and then it does it, and he's asking me, he's like, Braven, does it expand? I said, no.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of dope, actually.
It's different. It's very different.
I agree. But
it's very good.
do you have any other thoughts on Hellblade? Where do you think it's going to go from here? I mean, is she going to be in charge of this camp that she's at now? Or
I hope she's like some kind of leader after this, because like in the trailer we kind of thought that's where she was like
kind of going.
Yeah, like when we like because in the trailer you see her.
She starts off as a slave, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, like you see her as like fighting the giants in the second giant.
Yeah,
and like that scene is replayed in the game perfect. Like oh my gosh, it's so
good.
But I think we're gonna see her like in a more leader role, like a more hopeful role, trying to help more people, like keeping her promise, like to Dylan and stuff like that.
Yeah,
while also keeping her promise to herself,
yeah.
like that she can be better than the darkness.
Maybe she's gonna like free more slaves that are out there if they're still a thing.
Could
maybe?
be. I mean, we could like be like
if it happens. I hope it does.
Hopefully, Ninja Theory don't get destroyed.
Axed, you know? But yeah, I think there's a future for it. If there is no story, I don't want them to force one out. I don't want them to be like, oh, people want it. Let's write some crap and then put it out there. Like I don't want that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. Any more thoughts?
No.
All right. Well, this has been our Hellblade 2 review. We can't really give a consensus because we have two different opinions on it. But I gave it a 4. He gave it a 4.5.
Yep.
So it's a good game. You should play it. It's on Game Pass for free.
No matter what it is, if you're on Xbox and you have Game Pass, like no matter what our saying is, the number one thing you need to take away from this is play the game.
Play the game. Play the game for yourself. I know you could probably come in and you're like, I want to see what they think. See what we think, and then make up an opinion for yourself. This is not. We are not. It is very subjective. Video games are subjective art. They are not objective. Me and Braven could be the dumbest people on earth. So according to you, we could be really stupid. So if we give it a 4, you're probably like, that game's probably terrible. Well, play it for yourself. See what you like.
Yeah, you never know. Never know until like you try the game. Like. Because you may have a whole different opinion than us, and that's fine. Like, if you do, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. You may think it's a 5 out of 5. You may think it's a 1 out of 5.
Yeah.
Like
either one.
Leave a comment because we're really curious. Because like us two only being the ones that play this game.
Yeah. I'd like to talk to more people about it.
Yeah, we love to talk to more people about this game. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like it's very good, and yeah, I just love to talk more about it. Like if you like don't like it, why do you not like it? If you like it, why do you like it? Stuff like that. So,
yeah. So I want to get some housekeeping out of the way. Next for Hog Rider Radio will be Game Fest. I'm pretty sure. I think that's the next thing we're recording as of right now. That could change. We have some shows that we want to kind of integrate that are kind of like I don't want to announce because I don't want to get people's hopes up.
Yeah.
So we have some stuff that might be integrated in the next couple weeks. But as of right now, our next thing is Game Fest live stream on Saturday on our Twitch. Hog Rider Radio is our Twitch. You just look us up on there. You can go and give us a follow, turn that bell on, and you'll get notified whenever we go live. You'll be able to see us and the stream, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully be able to see us and the Game Fest itself. That way you can kind of watch both at the same time. Unlike the Game Awards, we didn't do that. But, and then it'll be uploaded later on YouTube.
We will be fixing it this time.
Yes. And then I'll be uploading on YouTube. So if you miss it, you'll be able to catch up when we upload it on YouTube.
Like the next day or even that night.
Yeah.
So.
It doesn't take long to edit those. You just put the streams together. And yeah, we have some cool stuff lined up this summer, but we'll learn more about that later. So yeah, I love you guys, but you have to say it back.
Follow our Instagram, TikTok, and Discord.
Oh yeah, join Discord. That'd be sick. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.